Hey everybody, welcome to your WeBike video for August of 2024. So these videos are meant to bring you new parts or parts that are newly available from WeBike, which is going to be the main place where you get aftermarket and replacement OEM parts from. There's a lot of new parts out, so we got exhaust parts, engine dress up, replacement OEM parts, and a bunch of different other things. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's get into it.
Just a reminder, to find this information, you'll need to go to the WeBike website, then click Motorcycle Parts, then Honda, then 125, then scroll to the bottom of that next section to find the Super Cub. It's close to the bottom.
Okay, first on our agenda is a few different exhaust systems. We have the Moriwaki Megaphone, which I don't believe is an actual new product. It might be just new to WeBike, but as you can see, they are temporarily out of stock and will be for about 5.5 months. So I'm not sure what that's about. If you're interested in determining what it sounds like, I have an exhaust comparison video that I've already made. I will go ahead and put it in the description if you'd like to hear what this exhaust sounds like. Looks okay. I don't know if I'm a fan of the shape, but I don't totally hate it. You can get it in this black color or stainless, and it's going to run you about $340. Says it's about 87 decibels, which is about par for the course for an aftermarket Super Cub exhaust. Next, we have the short monster exhaust, exactly what it sounds like. A little shorter than your typical aftermarket or factory exhaust. It's going to set you back $401, but there is a 3.5 month waiting period as it is also temporarily out of stock. Decibel levels of about 88, so again, par for the course for an aftermarket exhaust for the Super Cub. And next we have the Katako slant license plate bracket for $21.88. Also temporarily out of stock. I'm not sure why WeBike is putting these available as new on the website if they aren't actually available yet. I'm not sure about that. As you can see from the pictures, it just merely changes the slant of the license plate, and I'm not sure what this is actually good for. But it seems interesting, but I'm just not sure of the utility of it. And now next we have another exhaust. This is the R-Evo Type C full exhaust system. Japan government certified. Comes in at $361.61 USD. It comes in titanium, stainless steel, or carbon. I like the look of this. I didn't think I would at first, but I think it looks pretty sleek, but I will not be replacing my Yoshi pipe. Does not, oh yeah, there it is, 88 decibels. So like I said, this is about normal. If you take the stock pipe off it, you're going to run about between 87 and 90 decibels with a baffle or not. They also have another exhaust called the Power Classic. It is more like a pea shooter style exhaust. This is on order, usually takes about 2 or 3 weeks to ship. This is more for a traditional look. Not for me, but some people want to keep the simplicity without going too loud. Aesthetically, I don't mean physically loud, but looking loud on the side of their Super Cub. So this is a little bit more subdued look for those that are into that. And next we have from H2C, the Cub House engine guard set for the right. My main complaint with this is on WeBike's website, the H2C products have poor picture quality and they don't have a picture of the actual part on the Super Cub, which is a huge deterrent. Anybody that's going to spend $135 on this product is going to want to see what it looks like on the bike. And if you don't have it on the bike in the picture, that makes someone like me less apt to buy it. Not everybody's going to feel that way, but I personally do. And next, same brand, we have the crankcase guard in silver. Again, in poor picture quality. This is going to run you $94.78. This product is also on order. just a basic engine dress-up piece. For those of you that like that sort of thing, this you might be interested. But if you're just looking for the stock look, which I think the stock engine looks beautiful the way it is, I may change certain things about it, but on the whole, I'm not going to start changing too much about it. So you will not see me purchasing anything like this. And next, from the same brand, we have the Clubhouse oil filler plug. Now, this one actually has a dipstick. Unlike a lot of the other aftermarkets, my Yoshi-Mooch one does not have an actual dipstick. And so you would say the utility is kind of lacking there. So this one looks okay. Like I said, though, I'd like to actually see it on the bike in the pictures. This is going to run you $56.25. And the next product from H2C is the Clubhouse Pillion Step Set in black. Keep in mind, if you have a Super Cub in the United States, you will have to drill holes for this to work. So this isn't going to come straight from the factory ready to go. So just keep that in mind if you are going to spend $96. And now we have the Clubhouse chain cover set in black. This is going to be $84.45. There is kind of a debate in the Super Cub community whether to use a chain cover like this that's aftermarket or whether just to keep it stock, and which is better for the chain and the health of the bike. I really don't have an opinion. I am going to keep my stock chain cover because I just like the aesthetic, but a lot of people change this, but you want to make sure if you do change it, you keep your chain nice and lubed up. And next we have the Clubhouse convenient hook set. I would love to see what this looks like on the bike. From this picture, this just looks like a piece of junk. It just looks like a piece of metal. I would love to see how this actually gets set up on the bike. I'm not sure what it would look like, and it's going to prevent me from spending $100, which seems a little steep for a convenient hook set, but if I saw it on the bike, maybe that would convince me more. And next, from the H2C brand, we have the Clubhouse footrest cover. Now, these seem kind of worthless to me. If you're going to pay $120 for something like this, I don't know. It's going to be on your feet, and if you use the Cub often, your feet are going to scuff these up, and it's going to ruin the aftermarket effect. So this is one of those products I feel like you just have on the bike if you were just showing the bike, not using it on a daily basis. Because if you were, you're going to step on these things, and they're going to get scuffed up pretty quick. So is it worth $120 or not? Not really sure about that. And next we have the G-Craft Asia side bag in black for the C125. Now, I'll just be straight up with you. I'm not paying $168 for anything that has to do with G-Craft. If you watch one of my other videos, I've ordered parts from them before, and the quality control, I don't know if it's different in Asia than it is in the United States, but every time I get something from them, it's scuffed up or marked up or just not the quality I want it to be. And to pay $168 for a just synthetic material bag that goes on the side of your bike doesn't even look like it fits much. So I personally would not order this. But a lot of people are into G-Craft, so if you are, this might be for you, but it's not for me. Next, we have the YSS Thailand DCG Rear Shock Plus Super Cub for the 125. This says it's for the 2018 to 2021, so I would take their word for it. I guess with these shocks, you have to really determine whether you want a fixed shock or if you want an adjustable one, depending on what kind of ride you like. And a lot of these people pick based on the colors. So if you're not really into a black and red one, I would maybe go somewhere else. But I have a feeling this would look really good on the black and gray colorway. But that is a 2022. So it probably won't fit this, or maybe it will. You can never really determine. Sometimes things for the Cub, they say they won't fit, like my Yoshi pipe, but it will fit. So you can't always trust the product details, but buyer beware if you're going to purchase this. And next we have the TWR 2cm low down seat. I don't read Japanese, so I can't really decipher what this is supposed to do. I think it brings the seat down, maybe 2 centimeters. I'm not sure. Looking at the pictures, we have a black and gray one, but it doesn't really tell. Yeah, you don't get the color choice in the description. So under the product detail, it says black collar. It's supposed to be color, but it says collar. And it looks pretty easy to install. But for me personally, I would probably buy a seat cover because they have some aftermarket ones out there that look amazing in many different colors. And this just ain't doing it for me. All right, next we have the Over Racing Swing Arm OV type without sway bar. I just want to say that the logo for Over Racing is terrible. And honestly, with that logo slapped on the exhaust or the sway bar would make me not want to purchase it. To anybody out there who's a manufacturer or who builds bikes or anything like that, if you have a beautiful piece of machinery that you've built or a beautiful product, it is wasted if you put your ugly logo all over it front and center. That is just my opinion. With that said, this claims to be a more rigid swing arm that's lighter. And I guess it looks okay, but with the polished steel, but I'll be sticking with the stock one for now because I don't see any useful purpose for this. And next we have the TWR center carrier. They have a couple different center carriers up that are new for sale on WeBike. I like this one better because it's a little bit more utilitarian. Looks like it has use for your bags and just isn't for show. And I appreciate things that actually work and do something. So this is going to run you $67.15. This product is also placed on order. You're going to wait about 2 or 3 weeks for it to ship. And next is the other TWR center carrier that I was referring to. Now, this looks disgusting. So with the Super Cub logo, they put the TWR logo front and center right underneath it. And I'm sorry, the Super Cub logo has been iconic since forever. TWR is not an iconic logo. It has no place being right there front and center next to the Super Cub logo. That's just my opinion. Other than that, it looks like a beehive, and some people might be into that, but I am not. So I will be skipping this because it is way too expensive at $127.67. And next we have the Katako side stand switch controller, which acts as a stop function for the engine when it is on its side stand, which I guess prevents it from being started. And I guess this bypasses that. So if you have a side stand and want to start it up with the bike on the side stand, it'll cost you $7.42. Seems pretty cheap and reasonable if that's what you want to do. Next, we have the G-Craft Asia Multibar. Now, for the Super Cub, this might be useful because mounting things such as cameras or phones or whatever are a pain on the Super Cub just because of the way the handlebars are designed. So something like this might be useful. I've already told you my thoughts on G-Craft products, though, so buyer beware. But if you want something simple to mount a camera or a phone to, this could be a solution for $68.93. Going back to H2C, we have the Cub House headlight cover, which looks okay. I wish this just had straight diagonal bars across it. I had a Harley Davidson bobber that had a headlight cover that was super cool. I'd like to eventually replicate that on the Cub. But this one for $126, I don't know, seems kind of steep. Somebody could 3D print you one of these or mold you one of these for way cheaper. But this is what's for sale. Again, I would like to see the product on the bike when I am buying it, because just a piece of metal floating in a white square does not do much for the marketing aspect of the product. All right, now I don't know if this is for the US model or for an overseas model, but here is an H2C Cub House taillight cover. It's $100 and no picture of it on the bike, so it's very difficult if you're in the United States to return things to WeBike. This isn't a diss on WeBike. It's just what it is with international shipping, and you might not get all your money back. So you're going to want to make sure this fits your taillight before you pay $98 and have it shipped from Japan. All right, 2 more products to go. this H2C Clubhouse rear brake cam lever. I'm not really sure how this would provide any kind of performance to your bike. The only thing I noticed that's different than the stock setup is that the piece you use to adjust the brake free play, it looks like it's integrated into this part, whereas on the stock bike, it's actually a separate part. So that's kind of cool, but I don't see how it could make your rear brake work any better. So for $76, it's pretty much a showpiece. And last but not least, we have another chain cover from G-Craft Asia. This one is a silver color. Again, this is just for show. I don't think it's going to provide anything extra to the bike. Maybe it will just provide you a little extra access to the chain, but as discussed before, without the stock chain guard, some have said the chain can get dirtier easily, which would require more maintenance for your chain. So just keep that in mind.
All right, that's our parts for today. Please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed any parts of this video, and I appreciate any comments you leave. Please stay safe on your Cub or anything else you ride.